Christian girl, just loving the Lord and doing what I need to do. But I believe that there comes a time for persons who have similar background as me, where the Lord really challenges our beliefs and shores up our foundation. Hello everyone, I'm Jhonelle Grant and I will share a quick testimony and a word of encouragement with you. So my story is, I am a PK, I'm a pastor's kid. So that means I always grew up in the church, always knew about the Lord, knew about right and wrong. And all of my childhood journey was surrounded by the Christian context. So, nice Christian girl, just loving the Lord and doing what I need to do. But I believe that there comes a time for persons who have similar background as me, where the Lord really challenges our beliefs and shores up our foundation and really tests to see if we really have intimacy with Him outside of the context of church. And I believe that this experience did that for me, so I'll share a little bit of my story. So when I was in about grade 10, my family booked up on a really hard time. So it was particularly rough because there was limited finances and things weren't really going well at all. And to couple with that, my mother got really ill, and in my mind I was just like, what is going on? What is going on here? I hadn't seen my mother in so much pain, really excruciating pain. She's crying day in and day out, and it was really rough for me to see. The problem with that though is that my mind started to develop, and I was thinking more, I was thinking deeper into things. And what was the problem for me in that instance was I couldn't reconcile how a good God would allow all these things to happen. Especially in light of the fact that my parents have given themselves over to service of the kingdom and advancing the kingdom cause, And my mind was just like, if a good God really loves my family, and if He's also omnipotent, and if He's also a provider, I'm not understanding what is going on in this situation. So I could not reconcile the character that I learned about or I heard about, that He's good, He's omnipotent, He's strong, He can do anything, with the fact that I was seeing that things weren't going well. So couldn't afford the medical expenses and things were really rough. So I got angry. I was really angry at the Lord for a good while, till I became a atheist of sorts, or an agnostic. And I really just was very frustrated and very angry with the Lord for a good season of my life. So participating in church activities, because I'm a PK, really couldn't do anything else. I wasn't rebellious, I just had rebellion in my heart. So my actions weren't rebellious, but my heart was rebellious indeed, and I was really angry and annoyed and frustrated for a good stint. But I believe that there is always, so I wasn't praying and I wasn't talking to the Lord, I wasn't reading my Bible, but I was going to the church events and the Christian meetings because I had to. So we were at one of those meetings and there was a lot of prophesying going on and prayer. And I was there just very annoyed and just fuming. I remember being very angry. And I was just like, this isn't real. Don't you guys know that this isn't real? Or even if it is real, the God that He says He is, He isn't. And naturally, in the grand design, God would have it that the prophet come and talk to me. So I see him approaching me and I'm just like, of course you're gonna come to me. And he came and he gave me what he believed the Lord was saying to me. And he was saying that he knows that the Lord sees me. He sees me crying and just the nearness of the Lord, even during those times of heartache and pain. And just really pouring into my life that God is my Father and He cares for me. And hard times are literally there for me to grow. And I was bawling my eyes out. And I feel like the Lord wanted me to come to that place of brokenness, of just realizing that He is there. And I remember going over on the bus and just crying and sobbing. And God, nobody came to me. But my encouragement at the end of all of this is that in Psalm 34 it says, God is close to the brokenhearted. And I think if I had processed my pain, I think it is important for us to remember that God is acquainted with hardship and suffering, and therefore we can come to Him with the understanding that He knows full well what is going on in our lives, And I also think a good reminder is that God is not intimidated or turned off by our questions. Though all of my questions weren't answered in the moment when I got the prophetic word or the word of knowledge, I believe it provided for me a space where I could trust the Lord again with my heart and my feelings and my disappointments. So just an encouragement that God is close to us in our times of hardship. He's acquainted and He's not disturbed by our questions. So even in this time when we are not sure what is going on, this is my reminder to you that God is close to those who are brokenhearted. He's acquainted with our grief and our suffering, and He is so interested in dealing with us and reaching us where we are.